me, a clue, Michael. So I'm back once again on radio, on your favorite radio dial, plus 89.9 FM. And it's time to talk sports. Let me say big shout outs going out to Mamiesi and DJ Scooby for holding us down on the lockdown this morning. But hey, to succeed, you need to find something to hold on to, something to motivate you, something to inspire you. To achieve your dreams, figure out what drives you to become the best version of yourself. You know, life can be tough and sometimes motivates you to do things you never thought it would be possible. But remember, the toughness makes you want to take action no matter how fearful you are. So keep on going this afternoon, never give up in life. And that's by way of motivation this afternoon on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Plus Afcon series right here on Plus 89.9 FM with me, a clue, Michael. But do you have what it takes to choose the champions of Africa? Plus FM is giving you the chance to put your skills to the test and win a cool 2,000 Ghana cedis in the Plus Afcon Predictor promo. Predict the score of each Afcon game. All you have to do is to head to our Facebook page, Plus 899 FM, on each match day and post your predictions below the flyer for the match. Know that predictions for each match should be sent before the start of the second half of the match. End points to top the leaderboard. Each correct result earns you 3 points, whilst a correct score earns you 6 points. Now, the participant with the most points at the end of the tournament walks away with the cool 2,000 Ghana cedis as the top predictor. The entry is free. Start predicting now. Plus Afcon Predictor, choosing the champions of Africa. Kind courtesy, Plus 89.9 FM. And we are saying we are adding more to your life. Hey, don't forget we're streaming live on Facebook. So join our Facebook feed right now. Alright, so on the show today, we're going to do our normal match day team profiling. Have our pre and post match analysis. Phone in and messages segment, that's my favorite part, where you get to call on the show and also send messages on the show on our topics and predictions. And at 1:30, we're going to be speaking to Mutala Yakubu. Yes, we're going to have a lively radio conversation with Mutala. So it's a fully packed show.
Plus 89.9 FM.
Alright, so let's kick off with the recap of the quarterfinal games played over the weekend. On Friday, Nigeria took on Angola and Nigeria managed to secure a 1-0 win over Angola to secure a semi-final spot in the Afcon Cup of Nations. We have the highlights and let's go for the highlights.
Nigeria, Angola. Just to get us off the ground. a pulsating confrontation between two nations vying for a place in the semi-finals. There's a header! Oh, it's off the post! Look at this! It's the header there coming from Gilberto. That should have been in the back of the net. Mabalulu! Oh, it's a nice sneaky little piece of play from that man, Lookman. He scored 2 goals. Mo Simon, there's another chance to get the ball across Lookman. There's a cross, there's players at the far post as well. Comes in, look at that header from Osimhen. He is super dangerous, that man. That's a good opportunity. Little bit of space. Moses Simon down the left-hand side. Can he get a shot in? Squares it into the back of the net. Nigeria! It's Lookman. Lookman's done it. He's got that goal. Beautiful work from the wingers. Nigeria take the lead. It's a little bit messy in the midfield. Show getting the ball through. Oh, Angola! Angola has come off the post and it's been cleared by Trustikov. Oh my word! How close was that? Super dangerous. There's the delivery into the penalty box. Osimhen! Oh, it's got it! But look at this. Is there an offside call? 1-0, no goal. And there he is, Lookman, sets it up. Oh, what was he thinking? Osimhen! Osimhen! Oh, he has his shot blocks. Lovumbo is very dangerous. Puts it on his left foot. Lovumbo! Punched away. Nigeria on a mission to win their 4th Afcon Cup of Nations.
Alright, so Nigeria securing a semi-final spot by seeing off Angola by 1-0 in that particular encounter. Now in the evening, DR Congo took on Guinea, and DR Congo recorded a 3-1 win over Guinea. So DR Congo is also through to the semi-finals of the 2023 Afcon Cup of Nations. Wow. We have the highlights. Let's go for it.
Well, astonishingly, the Democratic Republic of Congo have not won a game at this Africa Cup of Nations finals in Cote d'Ivoire, yet they find themselves the marginal favourites tonight. Guinea get us underway here. First attack from Guinea. Guilavogi in on goal. Oh, it's just gone in. Now the keeper is called. This was really ridiculous. Look at it bounce. He's calling for the keeper. Diakite into the middle looking for Bio. Penalty. He was brought down and now scored. Perfectly done by Bio, and Guinea into the lead.
He's a plan full of confidence.
Masuaku will take it to the back post. Call back inside. Oh, that's lovely. That's brilliantly done by Mbemba. Inviting ball. There was a little touch, I think, from one of the defenders. Maybe a little loss of concentration at the vital moment, and it allows the Congolese to steam forward here. This is a good, strong run. Is that a penalty? Referee says yes. Tipped from behind is Silas. What an immediate impact he's made. Vissa steadies himself, scores! Congo are ahead. 96, that's a goal! Superbly done! Directly taken from the free kick, and surely it's all over now. And what a superb free kick from Masuaku. Losing to South Korea. This might be a chance for Guinea here. The shot's over the top. Give them lots of confidence well for the World Cup qualifiers. Silas can finish it. Oh, that was poor. That's it, says the referee. It's all over. Democratic Republic of Congo are going to the semi-finals of the Africa Cup of Nations.
Yeah, so DR Congo securing a 3-1 win over Guinea. And one of the games at the 2023 Afcon Cup of Nations, Mali took on Ivory Coast, and what a game! The host nation Ivory Coast managed to secure a 2-1 win over Mali, and that game was one of the games to watch at the Afcon. What? We have the highlights. Let's go for the highlights.
Welcome to Bouaké in Cote d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast for this quarter-final between the host nation and their northern neighbours Mali. So the formalities are over and we are underway for this keenly awaited quarter-final. Striker goal is saved by Fofana, and listen to the roar. Seri hassled up by Kamaru Dumbia. Sinayoko goes one way, he's fouled, and that'll be a free kick to Mali inside the D.
Red card for Kosano there.
And this is a yellow and a nightmare half. Well, the referee blows the half-time whistle. It is Mali 0, Ivory Coast 0. Central striker goal from distance from Haider, blocked and parried by Fofana and just pushed out, and Singo giving others opportunities. Onto his right foot, surely must let fly, he does, and into the back of the net, and Mali have finally taken the lead, and it's Nene Dorjanez, this substitute, who has gone home an absolute beauty, and Mali, how they've deserved this goal. Opening up for them, into the box they go. Joss got to drop it into Fofana. It doesn't break free, but it does now. Oh, the noise levels are insane because of Dingle, who's just come on. Has brought the Ivorians level with just seconds of the 90 to go. But the final whistle goes, and we are going to have an extra half hour. Dorjalais trying to clear his lines, cannot do so. Singo will swing it in. There's a man in the back stacking it somewhere against the post. Oh, it was the man you wanted to go to. Trying to work an angle for the cross. Onto the left he goes, swung in. Oh, there's a cross to face a goal. Almost an own goal. Bit of movement as well. Over all of them headed away. Comes to Fofana. Low down, and it's in the back of the net. And Ivory Coast has surely won it. Extraordinary scenes. They played with 10 men for well over an hour. And right at the end, with seconds to go, he's blown for full.
Ivory Coast are true. The host nation are true to the semi-finals of the 2023 Afcon Cup of Nations. What a story it will be when they win the 2023 Afcon. Remember, they managed to qualify as one of the best placed teams to secure a round of 16 spots, and now they are into the semi-finals. What a story Ivory Coast is having. Now, Cape Verde took on South Africa, and it was goalless on regulation time. We head straight into penalties, and that South African goalkeeper, Williams, oh my God, saving 4 penalties. He actually became the first goalkeeper in the African Cup of Nations history to do so. Let's go for the highlights.
Africa Cup of Nations, Cote d'Ivoire 2023 quarter-final. It is Cape Verde against South Africa. A little cheer from the crowd as he gets on the end of it. Morena for Mokoena, who fires on target. It's powerful, but shaping up nicely here. They're looking to go through the centre, and a scuffed shot towards goal. Getting involved, Rocha, Mendes, now Cape Verde on the attack. It's a brilliant looking delivery. The follow-up though sees the ball bounce around. It's off a South African player who is down, I think. Fernandes, opportunity. Rodriguez inside the area. Great chance for Cape Verde to take the lead here, and it's blocked. It's goalless between the two nations as they go in search of a place in the semi-finals. Oh, lovely running by Rodriguez. One-on-one, takes the shot, and Williams is there, well positioned. Lovely ball in, one-on-one. Williams is beaten. He gets a little touch on it, I suspect. Goalless it is, and for the first time ever, Cape Verde will play extra time at a tournament. Mahopa chests it down, great chance, and denied by Vojinha. His first real contribution in terms of saving. Could be here, tipped over by Vojinha again. Not quite a double save, but a double contribution. Flick on, Gilson Tavares again with a shot, and it's flush across the face. Cape Verde go to penalties for the first time ever at the Africa Cup of Nations against Ronwen Williams. Denied by Williams! This from Mutubi Mvala to give South Africa the advantage. Comfortably converts. Patrick Andrade against Ronwen Williams. Williams sends South Africa into the semi-finals for the first time since 2000. He's made 4 saves in the penalty shootout.
4 saves in the penalty shootout. The first ever goalkeeper to do so in the history of the African Cup of Nations. But don't forget, the Plus Afcon Predictor is ongoing, and you have what it takes to choose the champions of Africa. Now, Plus FM is giving you the chance to put your skills to the test and win a cool 2,000 Ghana cedis in the Plus Afcon Predictor promo. Now, predict the score of each Afcon game. All you have to do is to head to our Facebook page, Plus 899 FM, on each match day, and post your predictions below the flyer for the match. And points to top the leaderboard. Each correct result earns you 3 points, whilst a correct score earns you 6 points. Predictions for each match should be sent before the start of the second half of the match. Now, the participant with the most points at the end of the season walks away with a cool 2,000 Ghana cedis as the top predictor. The entry is free, so start predicting now. Plus Afcon predictor choosing the champions of Africa. Kind courtesy plus 89.9 FM, and we are adding more to your life. Alright, so these are the semi-final games are looking like. Nigeria will take on South Africa on Wednesday at 5 p.m. Ivory Coast also, the host nation, also face a tough test against the Congo on Wednesday at 8 p.m. So we have about 4 games to end the 2023 Afcon Cup of Nations. So please start or continue bringing in your predictions in the Plus Afcon predictor to stand a chance of winning a cool 2,000 Ghana cedis. Alright, so time for our profile match of the day. And it's that game, Nigeria up against South Africa in the semi-finals on Wednesday. That's going to be our profile match of the day. Two teams who have history behind them. What a semi-final game we have in our hands at the 2023 African Cup of Nations. Alright, so talking of Nigeria, they've appeared in the Afcon 20 times. Their best results, they were winners in 1980, 1994 and 2013. Now the coach doing wonders for Nigeria, Jose Pizarro, who is a Portuguese, doing wonders with this Nigerian team. The likes of Victor Osimhen, Ademola Lookman, Bassi and Co. Now they were drawn in Group A with Equatorial Guinea, Guinea-Bissau and Ivory Coast and managed to qualify from that group, and now they are into the semi-finals of the 2023 African Cup of Nations. But with South Africa, they've appeared in the Afcon 11 times. Their best results, they were winners in 1996. And their coach, Hugo Bruce, is doing so well, the Belgian, with the team, right? And always their player to watch is Percy Tau and their goalkeeper, Williams. Now they were drawn in Group E with Mali, Namibia and Tunisia and qualified from that group, and now they are into the semi-finals of the Afcon. Alright, so I told you that we're going to have a conversation with Mutala Yakubu, sports journalist. At Max TV. Yes. But before we head to the calls, let's look at the head-to-head starts with Nigeria and South Africa. Now the Super Eagles enters this contest on the back of just one defeat in their last 10 games across all competitions. Now that run included 5 wins and 4 draws. Now Nigeria are also unbeaten at the 2023 African Cup of Nations so far, securing 4 wins and 1 draw. Now they have scored 6 goals in the Afcon so far and just conceded once. Wow. Nigeria also have kept clean sheets in their last 4 games, defeating the Dark Horses of Angola 1-0 in the quarterfinals to progress. Now they will look to continue that same vein of form when they take on South Africa in the semi-finals on Wednesday. Now let's talk about South Africa. The Bafana, on the other hand, are just slightly worse off with 2 defeats in their last 10 games. That's an impressive run from the Bafana. Now, the other games, there were 4 wins and 4 draws, having lost their opening game 2-0 against Mali. And South Africa came back and qualified for the knockouts as runners-up of Group E. And now they are into the semi-finals of the 2023 Afcon. Huge feat. Now they have since knocked out Morocco, tournament favorites Cape Verde, with the latter being deciding on penalties with their goalkeeper Williams, with the heroics right there. And also, Nigeria and South Africa are perfectly balanced across their 5 meetings. Now both teams have won 1 game apiece, sharing 3 draws. So it's looking exciting ahead of the semi-final. Nigeria up against South Africa on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Alright, so if you're just tuning in, you're live on Plus Afcon series right here on Plus 89.9 FM with me, Eklu Michael. And don't forget, the Plus Afcon Predictor is ongoing. So make sure to head to our Facebook page on match days and predict the outcome of the games and stand a chance of winning a cool 2,000 Ghana cedis as the top predictor. Alright, so Mutala Yakubu is joining us on phone at the moment, and we are about to have a lively radio conversation. Okay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mike.
How you doing, Mutala?
By His grace, we are alive and witnessing greatness in Ivory Coast, so it's all well. All good. Yeah.
Of course. Nice seeing you are well. Nice, you are well. Okay, so let's do a quick recap on the quarterfinal games played over the weekend, right? And can we say that the 2023 Afcon has been one of the best, because we are seeing a lot of upsets?
Of course. I mean, for the neutrals, we love the upsets, and for we, the fanatics of the game, we love the upsets. When it happens like that, that is where we feel the tournament has come alive. And I can boldly say the 2023 Afcon has been one of the best. But from where I'm sitting, I would say that's what I expected, because of the breach in the gap in terms of quality between the teams. I mean, now you can't take anything for granted on the African continent. The gap closes every year. Every year you can see that the supposed minnows are improving in terms of their quality. I mean, who expected Baby to feature for Cape Verde at this point? He's a quality player. This is a player who has been at Manchester United before, even though it didn't work out for him. He's been at Manchester United, he's played in the Champions League, he's played under one of the best managers in Sir Alex Ferguson. So naturally he has the experience to play at big venues and intense games. So I mean, I'm enjoying the tournament. They have to keep going, and some few surprises, because there are certain teams, especially Ivory Coast, I didn't expect them to get this far. What we showed in the opening game against Equatorial Guinea.
All right, talking of Ivory Coast, what do you think has turned their table around? Because right now they are into the semi-finals. Look, they had to qualify as one of the best placed teams.
I wouldn't say the caretaker manager has done anything extraordinary in terms of tactics, but yes, I would give it to him too. They have to switch formation from a 4-3-3 formation to a 3-4-3 at a point to enable them play well. But I think generally it is the belief that they've had in themselves ever since they managed to book a place in the knockout phase. I told you the last time that
Yeah.
in tournaments like this, it is all about qualifying from your group. Once you're able to make it out of your group, everything is possible.
Yeah.
And that is the belief that Ivory Coast is carrying. And also the entire nation is backing them. You watch that game against Mali, and clearly you could see that they didn't win the game. The 11 players of the pitch didn't win the game. It was the crowd at the venue that won the game for them, because they kept rowing them on. And if you have your 12th man, the entire stadium backing you, I mean, naturally it gives you that psychological edge that you have to go on and do more. And that is what they did. Once you're out of the group phase, everything is possible with a tournament like the Afcon.
Yeah.
So they may even get to the final where what they are displaying. It's not as if they are playing any extraordinary football. You watch them against Mali, and Mali dominated the game, but could not put the game to bed. And that is what because they came back and punished them hard. So, and one player has been phenomenal for them. I mean, if there's anything to go by, I would mention Seko Fofana. In the past, he didn't want to play for the team. He declined call-up several times when he was in France. But then, I mean, the passion, the determination that he showed ever since he came into that Ivorian team, I mean, boy, oh boy, it's what is stirring them.
So can we say that the backlash they received has done the job for the Ivory Coast national team?
Of course, it works. It works, especially when you are the home side. You are the host nation. It works perfectly because you have another 20,000 people at the venue backing you. I mean, your family members are there. You even think about the outside stuff. You have family members, you have friends who are in the crowd as well. I mean, all these people get disappointed. Sometimes people attack all these people because they are closer to you. So the backlash works, and that is one thing that the players have taken, and they are riding on very well. So let's see how far they can go in this tournament.
Okay. All right. So one team that has also impressed me so far in the 2023 Afcon is Nigeria. And I don't know what Nigeria's secret in this Afcon, but they've done so well. What do you think?
Yes, Coach Posero.
Yeah.
If you talk about a job that has a lot of pressure in the African continent, in football, I think it's Nigeria. There's no managerial position that has a lot of pressure like the Super Eagles job.
Yeah.
And it is rightly so, because if you look at the squad they parade, they have a galaxy of stars. Even though the likes of Umar Sadiq, the likes of Wilfred Ndidi, the likes of Boniface are not in the squad, Nigeria still have one of the best squads in the Afcon. In the likes of Victor Osimhen, you have Moses Simon, you have Ademola Lookman. These are quality players who play in the top flight leagues in Europe, and week in, week out, they show what they can offer. So when you parade a galaxy of stars like that, you are expected to churn out the results. I think one thing that did the magic for Posero, from my point of view, has to be the change in formation as well.
Yeah.
He started with a 4-3-3 formation, and then after that Equatorial Guinea game, he realized that no, it's not working. Why don't I go with a 3-back system and parade more men in the middle and leave Osimhen up front? And it is working perfectly for them. Osimhen might not be scoring in this tournament, but the kind of job he's doing
the impact
for Nigeria can never be underestimated. He creates a lot of spaces for the likes of Ademola Lookman and Moses Simon to drive, and that is one thing that is helping Nigeria. And also, you can't take passion away from Osimhen. He plays with a lot of passion, even when he's not scoring. His passion alone on the pitch drives the others. And if you see the African Footballer of the Year in your team playing with a lot of passion, what stops you from, giving a quarter of what he's doing? And I'm not surprised Nigeria are here. They are not playing any extraordinary football again. You look at this Nigerian team, and you expect them to dominate games, but they are not even dominating it. But they are doing the simple thing that is expected of a team in a tournament: win your game, even if it's ugly. Win and progress to the next day. We've seen Portugal win the Euros in 2016, where they never played any beautiful football, but it was about doing the job as it is needed of you. Win your game, and that is what Nigeria are doing. Then the 214 million people back in Nigeria, Lagos, Abeokuta, Abuja, are all expecting the Super Eagles to do something big. So I mean, it is rightly so. They are having a good tournament. That is what I can say.
All right, all right. Okay, so Mutala, let's talk about South Africa. Another team also doing well in the 2023 African Cup of Nations. Now, yeah, with South Africa, they are also not playing any exciting football, but they are getting the job done.
Yep, South Africa. I mean, when I think 3 days to the start of the Afcon. I'm somebody that reads a lot of stuff on online.
Yeah.
I mean, about other African countries,
Yeah,
trying to know
yeah.
what goes on in there. And if you look at the stories in the South African media, it was all about, it is going to be the usual Bafana going to a tournament and going to have a stroll.
Yeah.
I mean, some even said they are going for a vacation and they will be back soon because South Africa, ever since they won it in, I think, 1998, if I'm not mistaken, 96.
Yeah.
They've impressed again. I mean, they found it very hard to even get into the league. Life has been very hard for them. That just do that was the squad that they targeted for this tournament. You know, down is around. I mean, you have about 10 African team is our players who play for Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yeah.
The entire back five plays for Mamelodi Sundowns. So, I mean, the likes of Temba Zwane are all locally based players, apart from, I think, Percy Tau, who plays for Al Ahly in Egypt.
Yeah.
And I think Morena as well. The entire squad is just made up of players who play for Mamelodi Sundowns. You can talk about their goalkeeper, Ronen Williams, Madu, their right back, Kekana, Mbala, Modiba. That is the back five of Mamelodi Sundowns in the Cup Champions League. So they've just transcended them. And one thing that is helping them is the understanding.
Yeah.
Even when they lost to Mali, you could see that South Africa were great in the way they possess the ball. There's that understanding, there's that telepathy. It's because these players have played together for a long time. They play at the club level. So they've brought everything that they do at Mamelodi Sundowns to the national team, and they've blended it to the experience of Pesita. Remember, Pesita has also played football in South Africa before.
Yeah.
He's not new to the South African terrain. And also, I'll give credit to one man, their head coach, who won the Afcon with Cameroon in 2019. I mean, great. I mean, this is the man who was criticized heavily with the kind of selection he did prior to the tournament. The South African media felt there were better players who were playing in Europe that he should have invited to the squad. But he stood his ground and said, no, he feels that these players understand each other because they play at club level. So he's entrusting them with his faith, and it has paid off. If you see the kind of football South Africa is exhibiting, yes, against Cape Verde, you might say got to the penalty shootout, but again, when they forced Cape Verde to get to the penalty shootout, Cape Verde beat Ghana.
Yeah.
Cape Verde beat Ghana in this tournament. So Cape Verde are no minnows. I mean, they are one of the teams. If you're talking about the 2023 Afcon and you're asking people of their lasting memory, I'm sure most people will mention Cape Verde and their exploits in this tournament. But then South Africa also did what is expected of them, one game at a time, got to the quarterfinals, forced Cape Verde into a penalty shootout, and that is where Ronen Williams became a super keeper to save 4 penalties at the Africa Cup of Nations. That is unprecedented. And you could see, after saving that first kick, you could see this is a goalkeeper that is brimming with confidence as far as penalties is concerned. He was so calm, never moved like most goalkeepers do, move before the penalty is taken. He watches the movements of every player before he dives, and he could have ended up saving 5. Even the one that went past him, he had the direction right. Too much power and elevation on that one. That is why he couldn't save. So South Africa are also having a ride of that. I don't expect South Africa to win the Africa Cup of Nations, but at this stage, every team that has made it to the semi-final has an equal chance of laying their hands on the
trophy. Okay, one surprise package or element in the semi-finals is DR Congo. From where I sit, if at the start of the Afcon you should tell me that DR Congo will be in the semi-finals, I'll say you're a big liar. But then they are into the semi-finals.
Of course, they are into the semi-final. I would have said same, because you look at this DR Congo's side. Yes, they have one or two experienced players in the likes of Masuaku, the likes of Cedric Bakambu.
Yeah.
I still didn't expect DR Congo to make any statement in Ivory Coast. But then they defied all odds and have beaten some teams. Well, you can say that the route in which they also took, it's not much of a difficult route. I mean, the team that they met before getting into the round of 16 and to even the quarterfinals, meeting the likes of Morocco. Remember, they drew 1-1 with Morocco. They drew with Zambia. They drew with Tanzania. It was that Egypt game that turned things for them after drawing with Egypt and beating them
on penalties.
On penalties.
Yeah.
That was the turning point for them. Then they beat Guinea by 3-1. So, for me, I didn't expect them to get to this stage. But then, that is the Africa Cup of Nations. As I said, they drew 2 games in the group phase. I mean, 3 games in the group phase. But what I told you earlier, once you are able to get out of the group stage, everything is possible in the knockout phase. It's 1 game at a time. You can hold the best team on the continent to a goalless draw and win on penalties. We've seen the likes of Senegal exit the tournament in such manner. So it is possible. But again, I don't expect DR Congo to win. My favorite to win this Africa Cup of Nations has to be Ivory Coast because of the rounding support that they have. I think Ivory Coast might get to the final together with Nigeria.
That's a potential final. Okay, but before I leave you or before I let you go, okay, who has been your standout player in the Afcon so far?
Oh, he's Sekou Fofana of
Ivory Coast.
I mean, he's phenomenal. His runs throughout the middle, proper box-to-box midfielder.
Yeah.
And it beats my imagination to know that this was a player who turned down call-up to the Ivory team about 2 years ago. I mean, he's given all. He may have turned them down in the past, but this time he's given his all. He's been my standout player. Even the last game against Mali, he was basically responsible for that winning goal because he took the shot one time. I've seen players trying to break that ball and trying to place it perfectly, but then he gambled and took the shot, which the Akiti diverted into the net. Sekou Fofana has been phenomenal for him because he's basically one of the main reasons why the Ivorians are going forward. He drives the midfield, he drives everyone around, his energy, he doesn't stop running. He reminds me of N'Golo Kante. Sekou Fofana never stops running. He's not your set Fabregas who will give that final pass that comes with luxury, that comes with glamour, but he will give you energy, he will give you determination. And for me, he has been the best player in this Afcon.
All right. So finally, what should we expect in the semi-final games? Nigeria up against South Africa, DR Congo up against Ivory Coast.
I think what we've seen throughout the tournament, we should expect surprises. We should expect good football. That is one thing that I've seen in this tournament. Even the Europeans are talking about it, that this year's Afcon has seen a lot of teams playing good football. In the past, the football was quote-unquote a bit ugly. But now it has been fine-tuned. Teams are playing proper tactical football. You can see the patterns. Apart from Ghana, we don't know what we're doing. We don't know what we actually were doing. We can't pinpoint the kind of system we're playing. Even Cape Verde, you can clearly see the pattern of play. In DR Congo, you can see South Africa, you can see the pattern of play. There's that tactical prowess that is coming to pass. It is more of tactics now. It is more of who has the best tactics to be able to win a game, who can make the best substitution that can come on and make an impact. We saw Ivory Coast recently with, their young chap coming on and even scoring for them. That is what the Afcon has been about. Who has the tactical prowess to outwit the other, and that is what we are saying. Fine football, that is what I expect in the semi-final. But I still think we have 1 or 2 surprises before we get to the final. Okay.
Butala, it's been lively speaking to you on radio.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah. And also, AC says hi.
Hi to her.
Okay, all right, sure. So we'll meet on the other side, okay?
All right.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot.
Plus 89.9 FM, Accra's music leader.
All right, so that was Mutala Yakubu right there. And the semi-finals is on. We're going to have a lot of surprises in the semi-finals. Nigeria up against South Africa, and also host nation Ivory Coast will take on DR Congo. But if you are just tuning in, we're live on Plus Afcon series right here on Plus 89.9 FM with me, Eklu Michael. And don't forget, the Plus Afcon Predictor is ongoing. Yeah, big time, it's ongoing. So, do you have what it takes to choose the champions of Africa? Plus FM is giving you the chance to put your skills to the test and win a cool 2,000 Ghana cedis in the Plus Afcon Predictor promo. Now, predict the score of each Afcon game. All you have to do is to head to our Facebook page, Plus 89.9 FM or Plus 899 FM on each match day and post your predictions below the flyer for the match. Now, predictions for each match should be sent before the start of the second half of the match. And points to top the leaderboard. Each correct result earns you 3 points, whilst a correct score earns you 6 points. The participant with the most points at the end of this tournament walks away with the 2,000 Ghana cedis as the top predictor. And the entry is free, so start predicting now. Plus Afcon Predictor, choosing the champions of Africa. Kind courtesy, Plus 89.9 FM. And we are adding more to your life. Okay, so 46 minutes past 1, it's time to open our phone lines for you out there to also call and share your views on our topics. 0505751151. You can bring in your predictions for that Nigerian South African game, which is our profile match of the day. And also, don't forget, you can also send in your WhatsApp messages on our WhatsApp console on 0505751151. Okay, so time to open our phone line 0505751151 0505751151. All right, whilst we wait for the calls, let's look at the predicted lineup for the Nigerian and South African game. So Nigerian predicted first 11, Stanley Nwabali, goalkeeper, as usual, who is always doing well, commanding his back. Now, Sami Ajayi has also had a good outing so far with Nigeria and their captain William Trust Ekon. Calvin Bassey making our back three. We also have Ola Aina, the Nottingham Forest player. Frank Onyeka also doing so well. Alexi Wobi, the talisman in there. Sanusi also in there. Moses Simon, who is arguably one of Nigeria's best players at the 2023 Afcon. Ademola Lookman and Victor Osimhen making our front three. So that's Nigeria's predicted lineup. So let's look at the South African predicted lineup against Nigeria. Now, the first goalkeeper to make 4 saves in a penalty shootout in the history of the Afghan Cup of Nations. Rowan Williams, goal post. Carlusi Madu, also a defender doing so well. Grant Kekena. Mothobi Mvala, Percy Tau, the talisman in there, Thembas Wayne also in there, Evidence Makboga also in there, and Thapelo Morena also in there in our predicted first 11 for South Africa.